A new iPod Touch to be released along with the next iPhone 5. The Sony Xperia Tablet S now available in the US and the UK. And the HTC Windows Phone 8 lineup seems to be leaked. I'm Jaime Rivera, hoping that any of those HTC Windows phones looks like the One X, and this is Pocketnow Daily. One of the biggest debates this year is whether Apple will release a next-generation iPod Touch or not. Many assume that Apple will be replacing this device with the 7-inch iPad mini that looks a lot like the iPod Touch, and others now believe that Apple will be releasing a next-generation iPod Touch along with the iPhone 5 with a similar design but obviously without the cell phone radio, which is kind of awkward because Apple never launches any iPod that's not in their September music event. We are in September though, so we could be in for a treat, so stay tuned for the news. Now, Sony wasn't playing around when they announced their smartphone and tablet lineup at IFA. They were the only company that provided release dates for their products, and so far the only company that has delivered. The Sony Xperia-tablet-s is now available for sale in the US and the UK, and they have a lot of variants and a lot of really compelling prices. This Tegra 3 quad-core tablet is pretty much the better tablet that you'll find in the market this holiday season, so make sure you order if you're interested. Now, HTC's September 19th event is close by, and already we've got rumors of the Windows Phone 8 lineup that we'll be getting. First of all, we've got the HTC 8X, notice a resemblance with the One X, which is codenamed the Zenith. Then we've got the HTC 8S, which notice the resemblance with the One S, which is codenamed the Accord that we already leaked recently. And then we've got obviously the HTC 8V, which notice the resemblance with the One V is codenamed the Rio. Now, aside from the resemblances, there are a lot of really neat specs for these devices, so make sure you hit the link in the description because there are a lot. So make your bets because we'll probably get some really good Windows phones in the next couple of days. Recent leaks have an official version of Android 4.1.1 running on the Galaxy S3. Now, what makes this version special is that obviously this was the official version that was launched to the market for the Galaxy Nexus, because the first version of Android 4.1 announced at Google I/O wasn't really as stable or done yet. Now, obviously we don't know what Samsung's going to do because we know that Android 4.1 Jellybean is coming out for the Galaxy S3 soon, so hopefully they'll make the jump for 4.1.1 in the end. It's kind of a mouthful to be saying that name. And finally, for the sad news of the day, we've got recent renders of an LG Escape for AT&T coming very soon. And the reason why this is sad is because the name is very specific, Escape. The specs are bad, and sadly it does seem that LG has not really got their game back. They're obviously offering mid-tiered phones that are not that good, and none of the phones that we've reviewed recently have made any high marks. That leads to our question of the day. Do you care about LG smartphones anymore? Because sadly, we haven't really found anything good, aside from their first iterations of Windows Phone, which were sadly not continued. Now, if you want an earlier scoop of everything that's happening in the smartphone and tablet world, make sure you follow us on Pocketnow.com. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks for watching.